I feel like we deserve to make a fair profit. It may be more fair for the customer than it is for the dealership, but it's got to be a fair profit. We got to be able to operate. So
if you were just at MSRP all to start, right, then that would be different. But you guys are going above and beyond what's considered a fair profit, and I'm betting you guys sleep well at night at your house when you charge $3,500 above MSRP. But the second somebody asks you for below cost, now you get your whoa. Why would I do that? Why would you charge above the manufacturer suggested retail price?
Well, so I can tell you why. I'm glad you asked that. I'm happy to have this discussion with you. The reason why we do that is because of this. Every car only has a certain amount of margin. That's just a fact, right? But every customer believes that you can get $10,000 off on a car because rebates for Chrysler, rebates for Dodge, rebates for Nissan. Well, Honda doesn't have rebates. So let's just say, hypothetically speaking, that's why it's like that. So what ends up naturally happening is you got to be able to justify giving the customer a discount. So now you, in turn, every dealership across the whole country, it doesn't matter where you go, Nevada, you could be in Vermont, everybody has an addendum because they got to be able to give the customer what you call a win. Now, if we start the car from MSRP, let's not use a Passport. A Passport might have some margin on it, but let's use like a car like a Honda Civic. If I sell you the car for MSRP on a Honda Civic and the margin on a Honda Civic is $800, and I tell you I'm gonna give you $200 off, you're gonna think I'm slapping you in the face. So then at that point, without an addendum, I can't show you a discount that's reasonable as a customer, which in turn makes it very difficult for me to be able to sell you the vehicle at that point. So that's kind of why it's like that. So if we just being like straight up honest with each other, on a Passport, basically, on an Elite Passport, the one that you're talking about, orange, which a lot of people don't get, let's just say they have about, I don't know, $3,500 worth of markup on that car. So if I turn around and give you $5,000, $5,500 off, I'm going to be losing $2,000 at that point to sell you the car.
Yeah, and I appreciate you being a straight shooter. That's what we want to see. But I mean, the facts of the matter are still, if I would have said yes to the $3,500 markup, you guys wouldn't have blinked an eye. You guys, I understand you guys are saying you have to start at $3,500 because people want to negotiate. But if I just would have said yes, the weapon I walked through, you wouldn't have been like, whoa. That was for your own good. I'm going to get you right back to MSRP because you passed the test. You didn't ask to negotiate. You would have charged $3,500 above MSRP, and you would have slept good at night. And that's fine. Dealerships are for profit. Consumers want to save the most amount of money. The idea behind it that if I keep calling around, somebody's going to give me $5,000 off, right? I'm not asking for $10,000 off like you're saying. I'm asking for slightly below invoice minus holdback. And a deal that realistically somebody will do on an orange Sunkist car, which is not a vehicle that everybody, I understand that Sunkist is a cool name, but most people don't want the orange. That's the reason why it's sitting on your lot for 20 days.
Well, it's only sitting on our lot for 20 days because just because it says 20 days, it doesn't mean that it arrived at that point in time. So it may not have been here for the entire 20 days. Sometimes the cars will get here later than what they say.